Welcome back. The mission to create a state with limitless investment opportunities, the government says, can only be achieved through full participation from all sectors of the state's economy and geographical spread. To achieve this, the state government has acquired over 130 speedboats, or water buses as it's popularly known here, to meet the needs of commuters in the riverine areas. Made up of 60% land and 40% water, there is no denying the importance and significance of the state's waterways, hosting several riverine communities. These communities are some of the numerous ones where the state hopes to achieve its rural empowerment program through the growth of small and medium-scale enterprises. Accessing these communities, however, was a difficult task in the past owing to the absence of road networks linking them to the major towns. Most of them have been connected through roads and bridges, like the one linking the Ode Ishekiri, a major riverine community in the state, and the multi-billion naira Sapele Aromo Abigorodo Road, a 24-kilometer road with a total of 24 bridges along the Warri River. The attempt to link the creeks in the state continues with a 33-kilometer Trans-Warri Road built in the midst of a mass body of water.
We also constructing roads to open up rural areas that are agricultural belts, that are food, to evacuate food from the rural areas to the urban areas for purpose of commercial activities. Okay, now we're emphasizing agriculture, and that is why we need to open up. As at now, we're doing about 3 roads in that respect. We're constructing a road called a road linking the Niger Delta, the East-West Road, linking a village called Ume, and that's full of farms and all that. We're also constructing a road that links a place called Ila. That leads to a very big market that serves about 5 other states.
For some communities where these road projects cannot be constructed, the transportation of goods and services have been catered for with the provision of water buses manufactured in Nigeria and customized to withstand the water type in Delta State, along with jetties to ease the passengers to dry land.
If you have bus stops on land, you should have the jetties to take care of this. You just see a photograph of the interchange we are planning on the water side, so that the interchange will serve as a point. Whenever you get to that place, you must see the boat going to your direction, just like the mega bus terminal we have on land. And we're not just putting the boats in the river, we are also doing what we call the floating filling station. Because in my course of study of our water transportation in Nigeria, it's observed that most of the problem we're having is that of adulterated fuel, because these people don't have time coming to land to get fuel.
When they make it to dry land, commercial motorcycles are usually on ground to take people further into town. This mode of transportation has, however, been phased out owing to safety reasons.
We found out these motorcycles, apart from being an archaic mode of transportation in this era, it was a one-way ticket to orthopedic hospitals and, in fact, most times to the grave. Initially, of course, there was a lot of resistance to it, but the people now realize that this is in their interest. What have we done? We have replaced them with modern-day, tricycles, though that is not the most ideal, but at least much better than, those motorcycles, because at least this has a covering of a body which can insulate people from when there are major impacts. And these tricycles have been given at highly subsidized prices. They were organized in little cooperative societies, and they bought them.
With over 3,000 buses, most of them with 54-seater capacity to cater to commuters in the major towns, and 3,000 tricycles in use, the state is working towards creating an integrated transport system that's efficient and affordable.
We don't just give these things out. We try to track them. We try to know who is using them. We want to know who is carrying our people, because the 3-point agenda of His Excellency, peace and security, is number 1. And in security and peace, data collection is very, very important. So what we're doing, in trying to track the number of tricycles that we're giving out and who is using them, we've recorded about 5,000 for now. That is to say, the private hands has actually gotten about 2,000, and we are still recording. Both our taxis now in Delta, every taxi is codified. We have our state color of blue and white. The moment you take that blue and white, you have to come to the Ministry of Transport to get a unique number that's applicable to you alone. You can't see that number in any other car in the state. That number is so big that even at distance you can see clearly that this is the number. The number, we're giving it out for 3 reasons. 1, for security reasons. If you're going and anything happens, if you leave anything in a car in Delta State, if you can know that number, I assure you, just call the Commissioner for Transport or anybody in the Ministry of Transport will give you the address of the person and you get what you're looking for. Then 3, for statistical reason. Your government cannot perform without statistics, without adequate data. We need it for planning purpose. So those are the 3 reasons why we're doing it, for security, to reduce crime, because now the drivers now know that they have all their data with the Ministry of Transport. And this information we hope to share with the security agencies, because your name, everything, your telephone number, where you're from. And the beauty of it is that when you give us this information, we don't just take them. We have our agents that go out to verify, to be sure that actually the person giving us the information is staying there, and that is the real name and this is the telephone number.
The purchase of these vehicles, the government says, is a reflection of the success of road constructions in the state, a project aimed at breaking barriers created by distance and location. Most of these roads run into billions of naira. The government pushes further by undertaking ambitious road projects belonging to the federal government, like the dualization of the 149-kilometer Asaba-Ueli Road and the Uberu-Koko Road leading to the free trade zone from the Benin-Warri dual carriageway to enhance free movement of goods and services to and from the cocoa port and the proposed cocoa exporting processing zone.
If you go to the Warri port today, from the port, the governor is constructing a 150-kilometer road from Warri. That is from the Ugeli Asaba dualization road that is ongoing, that will get to Asaba, and that links the Onisha Benin Express Road that will take goods from the port. The moment you leave the port, you hit the East-West Road. From the East-West Road, you join this 159-kilometer road that is being constructed to Asaba. That automatically means you're having a very thorough, good way, dual carriageway to carry whatever volume of goods you're carrying from the Warri port. Then, assuming you're leaving the airport in Asaba, the same thing applies.
This is a part of the 150-kilometer dualization of the Asaba-Ugeli Road, a construction currently being undertaken by the Delta State government. Now, this road is believed to link to the East-West Road, which is a road undertaken by the federal government. Now, that road connects the Warri ports to this major road. It is believed that when this road is completed, it will ease the movement of goods and people from Warri and beyond to the east and beyond. With the ongoing construction of these roads, the state government says it's more confident of attracting investment in the state from traders who move their goods by road, by air and even by sea. Currently, the state has the highest number of ports in the country. While the development of the ports fall under the purview of the federal government, the state government says it's geared to take full advantage of the benefits the ports have to offer, such as employment opportunities.
But the idea is not to profit from it, so to speak. It's like a fiduciary duty you owe your people that elected you, because don't forget, you get monies in from allocations apart from your internally generated revenues. These monies belong to the people. So you provide these services and this developmental infrastructure for their benefit. Now the federal government comes in because, yes, they have those regulatory rights to most of these issues you talk about. You know, you talked about the federal authorities in the airport. Yes, they are just regulatory agencies. They are not themselves there for businesses. And that is why what has been envisioned or envisaged in most of these mega projects, as I call them, is that you get to a stage where you concession them to the private sector, so that the private sector will now come in and run them like businesses. And that is what's going to happen with the Asaba International Airport.
The strategic positioning of the port in Delta State also bears a location and trade advantage, especially for the movement of goods to the central part of the country. While there are plans to open up the port in the state, the ongoing construction and renovation of the Warri port is worth noting. The port's capacity is one of the largest in the state owing to its water channel. the port, which is poised to cater to the needs of the oil and gas industry springing up in the state, is disadvantaged at the moment, as it can only accommodate lighter vessels owing to the shallow depth of the water channel. Plans are, however, underway to correct this with the dredging of the 150-kilometer water channel from Escravos Bar to Warri and Cocoa ports. The state government complements the development efforts of the federal government by providing security on the waters. As part of efforts to promote investment opportunities in the state, the Delta State government has also embarked on promotion campaigns on the various ports in the state. With the ongoing dualization of the 140-kilometer Asaba-Ueli Road, the building of the Asaba International Airport, licensed to function as an agro-cargo airport as well, and the restructuring and rebuilding of the ports here in Delta State, there is a strong belief here that the Delta Beyond Oil initiative has moved from being a dream to a reality.